why the name is Phalites.
Phalites.
Yeah, to try to see, but I mean, they're coming. They know they're coming, but there's nothing they can do to stop the siege. They're like, all right, I can see you're coming, and now
Owner puts up the shield, but again, the CC lasts for too long. He does flash away and actually does live. Lots of damage is going on in, as now Doran accesses the backline, and the follow-up from Faker is right there. They've got Pays, they have the front line, and HLE are just routed. They go a little bit too deep, trying to kill a Pantheon, and they're going to pay the iron price for it. Kanavi by himself behind everyone. He is absolutely dead, and T1 turned this game on its head.
And Doran actually with the insane play there on the turnaround. The fall.
Hello. So they're going to have a little bit of a skirmish here, one-on-one. Which mid laner gets here first? Looks like they're here at the exact same time. And going to respect the Xin Zhao, it looks like, or maybe not quite enough, as the chain's not going to predict, as the flash comes late, and now Owner has to flash away, double flash in, as Kanavi desperate to kill that Xin Zhao, but he just cannot, and Delight follows, double kill given over to Faker at 3 minutes into the game.
Triumph is back now already. It's 2026, you know, you can go back whenever you want.
Yep.
It's your prerogative.
Owner's getting in there on a Kanavi. They want to engage on this Wukong as the root comes in onto the two bottom laners, and Kanavi, there's really nowhere for him to go, as now they got to try to turn around, but is it too little too late? Owner able to set up two, eventually does go down, but now Pace has a free highway to getting even more kills, picks up the double. We got a TP coming in, and Zeus, now he's getting stunned down. Faker thinking about taking more of a fight, but not going to overplay their hands. And now with that TP, you give Doran the free lane up here, you give him extra time, and T1 everything. He's got his flash, his ult available. He's the same level as Faker. So they're going to exhaust him and try to get into that circle, which Wukong can easily do, as does Rakan, and Zeka gets in there as well, does the damage. We got the Between Worlds stolen, and Delight might be in a bit of trouble here, as down he will go.
See if Faker can try to cut off their retreat. Oh, does not hit the chains. Still has that ult
to throw this ult in. There it is. And he is just going assassination mode. But unfortunately, disengaged cone. As now we have TP coming in. And Kanavi trying to punish him as the Gnar is not quite ready. Faker has to flash out of this one. The Gnar almost there. But now Pay's going man mode as nobody is able to get onto that backline. Faker's going back in. And now Doran's able to join as well. As Zeus low, as is Kanavi. They want to try to take them down. The chains once again not going to land.
This fight was actually so difficult to pilot for T1, but they turned it into such a scrappy fight. The Hanwha Esports could not group and get anything done, and you could really feel the difference, obviously, in terms of damage output. Zeus.
I think Owner eventually just, he'll just get him here. Oh, little sidestep. Did a good job of dodging basically everything, but it didn't.
They take it out. Hanwha Esports trying to trade back a turret, but it doesn't look like they're necessarily even going to get that. The satchel's been changed.
Owner's going in, and there's really no recourse for this. The satchel does come out, but unfortunately that's going to leave Kanavi to the wolves, as in goes Faker and does the burst damage. I think they're just way too far ahead at this point. The chains once again going to miss, but Faker will not be stopped. Does get denied the quadra, but does pick up the triple. As Owner, man, he's getting so much aggro from the guys on HLE, but he just rarely goes down.
Yeah, he's just so insane in some of these scrappy fights. And now Zeus.
We got better Gnar ults coming on in, but Faker pretty low. And it looks like maybe not going to go for it. Although Faker has been going insane. Kingslayer comes in. Zeus is getting low. The chains are going to connect, as might just have the Gnar ultimate into the wall, into the turret. Delight super low, and the auto from Carry gets it done. He flashes forward. The bloodthirsty support trying to get another one, but he will not be able to. T1.
As they have this super minion wave here. Shirelia's out. They're looking to end it right now.
I think they should be able to. Zeus, Gnar, and the gigantic Aphelios ult on top of 3. And it's still Faker that gets 2 kills somehow. As now he's diving the fountain. I'm sure he's giggling the entire time. And they have a little bit of a wave, but it did just get cleared out. Doesn't seem to matter. As very much having fun with their food and playing with it. But they will take down the Nexus here. As Owner looking for a bit more. Wants that damage number to look even better. And same thing for Pays, as they are just in it. Zeus, though, wants to get a kill. He's not going to be able to. As Pays picks up the double, and that will do it. T1 have their fun, and they will also have their game 3. I feel like, you know, Doran also, oh, there's the combo, by the way, as you said it was bot lane, but they go straight to mid and interrupt the dash. First blood given on over to Owner's Nocturne, actually. So Zeka not able to
set up the combo again with this Nocturne Orianna, spell shield out.
Owner in a very awkward spot, but he's able to dodge quite a lot and survive. The whole team is in there. He has to go in. There's no combo with Faker just yet, holding on to that shockwave. As in goes Doran, nice little knock up from Zeus, but it does look like T1 are still in a good position. Zeus has to get out as the flash in over the wall. Doran getting in there onto Kanavi and should eventually be able to win this one, especially with the help from his team. And Doran just going to collect that kill. Nice little fight from T1, although it started with Owner his team's way into the victory with all that attack speed. Moving in as a unit, trying to take this blue buff away. And Kanavi, as you mentioned, he has not been shy about ganking, about engaging, and now he's just going to die. Has the rest of his team behind him. Big Nautilus ultimate on the 2, and a 3-man scoop from Zeka, but does it matter? As Guma trying to do some damage on the backside, but doesn't have enough at this point in the game. As Faker getting pretty low, maybe able to take him out, but no, the shield comes down, and Faker just walks it off. Pace is going to be tagged. Actually, Carrier gets in there, and Zeka somehow died up top as well. And things are getting very silly by the game. Trying to set something up here on a Faker, perhaps, as there was a guy in the bush. But guess who's also here? It is Owner. As Delight's here. And it is going to be Delight, and Kanavi coming in from the jungle. There's the big sweep, as everything being thrown at Faker, and they will get it done. But now Owner, pretty fed in his own right, able to take the 1 kill. And here comes Doran, the real threat on the team, as Zeus desperately trying to deal the damage into Owner. There's the ult forward, going to try to get into the Rift Herald, not quite able to, but does summon it as Paze and Guma make their way over, but Guma already pretty low. And that's going to force HLE back with the Rift Herald also pushing.
I mean, this is just not a win for Hanwha at all. They end up trading even, but the charge comes through. Sakali shows up, and they even get an additional plate on top of the charge. And there's just no angle here. They're looking for Paze. Oh, just a bit too short.
I mean, that was never going to work out. It feels like HLE are clutching at straws as Doran trying to flash and take out Guma. Instead, he'll have a slice of Zeus and a slice of Guma. And on top of it all, takes out Kanavi, takes them all 3 down. And now Doran 5-0 in this game. Talked about getting incremental leads and how good teams are doing it. I mean, Zeka might just be dead. Dodge there. Even the Zhonya's to come out, and Doran never even got turret aggro. He's still just dancing around, and he's going to be able to dodge away from this one for Owner to come in and clean up, and he might as well, as that'll be the one. It looks like Delight has his flash for now. And T1, they were playing with their food in game 1, or rather 2, but now they're really playing with it, as at least Kanavi is able to get the shutdown, and that turret's somehow still alive, and Kanavi's still going to die.
Well, this game is looking pretty over, Valdez.
I think Faker just dies again, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's going right, except Faker keeps dying in the side lane.
It's okay. It's fine.
He might, yeah, actually, he does live. Okay.
Zeus can only sense him, but he didn't have any burrows set up to chase.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this you know?
Uh-oh. Well, at least Zeus is here, and I think that should be enough to hinder Doran. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's a ton of damage, and he goes, gets the kill! And the Cataclysm kind of looks defensive, but it's not helping anyone. And Doran picks up yet another one. Did have his streak ended by Kanavi, so maybe a little bit personal there.
Yeah, perhaps. I don't know if he's really too bothered by it, as Zeka has TP, but I don't know if he should use it. Maybe he should just, you know?
Yeah, Guma is extremely dead. Like, you cannot emphasize how dead he is. More than that, as a nice shockwave comes in, gonna hit Zeka. And, well, yeah, Carrier goes in for the kill. Delight goes down, and Zeus is very tanky, but not against this team. Not when you're down 10,000 gold. And they really wanted to dive that, but game 1. Although, I don't know. Because very good at snowballing are our best teams. You can get a lot of plates in this one. Yeah. As not quite able to make the combo work that time around, but able to stasis the turret at least. And Owner still has his flash, so he's able to get away. And that might just be it. As Doran does insane damage with 1 tick of his ult. And he's still getting in there, has his Zhonya's now, gets another shuriken, and just dies. So at the end of the day, not the cleanest dive, but I don't think T1 care.
Well, I think that's the end of this push, though.
Is it? I mean, okay. Able to get over the wall. Pays able to block most of that. It's no,
No, Guma, no!
Guma!
No, no.
Just leave. Just clear the wave. Okay. Well, T1 still won the fight, I guess. Maybe. Oh, Carrier's ganking him. Oh, no. Once the best of friends, now enemies on the rift.
Look at Guma's face as well. That bought some time for some respawns. The inhibitor falls.
Yeah.
There's just no damage here between this Nautilus and Jarvan, so low health bars means that T1 will stop the push. I think if they had played a little bit more carefully, the game would probably have ended. But Hololive Esports still, you know, maybe they take a pickaxe and start chiseling away at that 15,000 gold lead. Delight?
Okay. Well, he has done a good job of delaying the backs.
TP.
That's a nice little tunnel
from
there.
Zeus, I mean, he wants to maybe...
They haven't powered recalls, but yeah, I mean, the amount of damage that Pace does at this point in time is kind of insane, guys. Oh man, the stasis as well on the TP coming in, and the follow-up combo really just dunking on them now. This is not looking pretty.
It is.
You're a T1 fan, of course.
So funny to watch like a bruiser try to kill a Fed 80 carry in this meta. Like, I'm gonna kill him, and Pace just walks away backwards.
All those 3 times.
Like, no, you're not gonna kill me. I mean, what the build here from Zeus?
Around the stadium later tonight. You've earned it.
All right, well, surely this push ends the game.
Version 3, same push.
I mean, double super minion waves, not synced, but eventually showing up. Doran shows up as well with his Zonias. Got the ready. Good luck with the defense on Hololive Esports.
Well, that's going to be the engage once again. They find Guma, and he's got a target on his back. Down he goes to the Nocturne. And now, with a lot less tools to take down Doran, he can do whatever he wants. And the long-awaited end of the game is right before our eyes. Down will go the Nexus. This one only 28 minutes as T1 absolutely demolished HLE in game number 3. And it was not close at any point in time. As down it goes. T1 take the 2-1 tonight.
As Paze will be able to take a Lantern over towards Carrier. T1 now looking to close in 4v4 around this Drake. Let's see whether Owner can get in and try and steal this one away. Looks like Willer is committed. He is going to be able to take it there. As now Owner with another decent spell shield. It's Faker! Will find 2 with the Empress Divider. Now turns his attention to Andil as Gio is still free hitting. A lot of damage now onto Owner and to Paze, who are split up from the rest of the team. The dash from Gio was so sexy, but it's Paze that takes him down. Willer needs one more auto. He'll get it and takes down Owner as well. It's a double as Yukel's in the back of the pit. It's Carrier with the blade to try and take it down, and somehow it's a triple kill for this Xin Zhao. A 3 for 4 in favor of T1, but I have to say, DRX made it look pretty cool. Yeah, his mechanics stay this crisp.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say, is if he plays this well, it looks very scary. As Andil is not going to...
Yeah, Owner is down here as well. There's a Tempered Fate just to stop Pace from doing too much damage, and now Willer gets on in there. I don't know about this, though, as he does get a little bit scared. That's a lot of damage, though. Cosmic Binding as Pace is going to be taken down. It's Andil that gets the kill, but Gio's just not doing enough damage, and Owner picks himself up a double. Kind of a disaster there for DRX.
I mean, Gio once again with a cool sidestep there, but 2 plates, I believe, off of that, so it's something.
Oh dear, Carrier Hex Flash in once again. Another hook, beautifully set up by that Gravitum as Gio is just dead. That is Paze throwing down that Q with the Severum. The Magical Journey does come on through there, but it's a double kill as Andil's just going to fall down. Willer is now in a lot of trouble as Owner's moving in. I think Willer's dead as well. Dustbringer comes on forward. Owner is going to hunt him down, but it's Paze with the damage. Triple kill for the Aphelios. 5, 3, and 5 to start off this game at 14 minutes. And my goodness, this game went from relatively playable to not at all in about a blink of an eye.
Yeah. Yunara is going to be a contestant, a TP.
Rich is very, very healthy. Hook is going to connect onto said Rich, as the rest of DRX are a little bit split in their decision-making. Faker trying to get in there, press divide, and he sweeps the floor with them. There's the steal we were talking about, and you do not take Baron in the face of T1.
I mean, that was Faker getting caught inside, so it always ends up being a positive for T1, right? He never dies without a reason. perhaps this reason came a little bit later than DRX anticipated because okay, this is a crazy
That
journey.
is a magical journey as they're into the blender. Down goes Andil, immediately punished for that one as the paranoia comes on through. Willa trying to keep himself alive there as Rich just goes golden and then goes dead. Now Faker finds the Emperor's Divide. Yukal's going to flash it, but Jiu, he's still going to take so much damage. Doran uses the ulti to gap close. That was cute as it's a triple for Pays. And there is the end of the game.
This DRX team looks like they got so much potential this year. He got the scatter out with the bait.
And now T1 looking for an angle here. Handshake onto Willa is going to miss. The Fates call also kind of goes wide here as now Pays in a bit of trouble, but Faker makes his way over. Cease and assist comes in. The bailout is successful, but it's Jiu that takes him down in the end. And Andil, not long for the world. That is Faker collecting that kill. It's a double for the GOAT. And T1 well and truly on the board now. This Aurora has now Jiu possibly in trouble, throws down the barrier to try and keep himself up. As now Willa looks to get in there. There's the flash, gets on top of Pays, and they will be able to get that hostile takeover out of Carrier, but it's dodged so beautifully by Jiu. He does go down in the end, but it's a trade of 80 carries. Ona's going to go down as well as Willa, surviving for a very long time, but it's Faker with the cleanup. He comes in, takes down the enemy jungler, and it's a 3 for 2 in favor of T1.
I mean, DRX in this situation just will not stop the fighting.
And DRX move forward. They should be able to take down this outer turret.
That's old.
Okay, there's a Cataclysm from Ona. Jiu still inside it. Hostile takeover, and they're just fighting each other. As Jiu survives for such a long time, it is Faker going down first. Yukal collects that kill. Still has his little shield available, but it is 2 on the floor on the DRX side, and T1, they successfully avenge their turret.
I mean, Willer with to just send it on this Baron, and I think positioning is going to be everything.
That's a bit crazy as in goes Doran looking for the angle here. Yukal, as soon as someone's in melee range, there's just not a whole lot he can do. And T1, they stayed on this Baron. It's down to 50%. Ando looking to make his way in. Rich just being frustrating here as they show Doran the door. He gets onto this Baron one more time. It's down to 3,000.
6 seconds on Rich's ult, but he doesn't have it.
Yep, the barrel comes in, and that is going to be Pays locking down this Baron. T1 and 20-minute Barons, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty impressive. And now Jiu looking to try and take down Pays. That is Carrier also falling. And Rich,
and the TP.
He's teleporting. He wants to try and find this angle. Doesn't have the ulti, but he does have barrels, and he takes down Pays. Doran now underneath his turret is having to deal with this very large Gragas. Owner is there to defend, and I don't know whether it's quite going to be enough because DRX are closing in. There's Willa. Down goes the Gwen. The Gragas is going to be sacrificed, though, and Faker turns up. And this is just a bloodbath. It's a mess on both sides.
I mean, still, ultimately, T1 walk away with the prize. They get the Baron. They get multiple kills there on the exit, even though...
And teleport going to be used here for Yukal to try and defend this outer turret, but, I mean, there's 4 people here. I don't know about this one, as Yukal just put immediately into the Cataclysm after the flash. He is able to throw down a bunch of damage, but Pays is able to shrug it off, and it's a double kill for Doran.
It wasn't the right call to look for the TP defend.
As the mist can be very problematic. He puts it down now as they look to try and get rid of this turret first. Scatter the Weak does come in. There's the culling as Doran goes golden, but they just take down the turret. In the meantime, teleports coming in from everywhere, and Ona from over the wall. Jiu able to dash out of the way again from some more buttons, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Willer is also limping out of the fight. Yukal takes down Faker, though. DRX, the rest of them are just melting. Ona gonna grab a double. Doran dashing towards Yukal to get rid of him again. And Ona feeling like he will be... Oh my goodness, that burst damage absolutely insane as Doran diving on in. Willa looks for the angle, great handshake onto the Vise. Doran thrown around like a ragdoll. Great use of the body slam, but Doran should still be able to kill him. He goes golden just to buy some space, but Yukal's dead. Both solo lane is down, and T1 have decided that it's time to win as Jiu not able to keep himself alive this time. It's Pays that locks down the kill, and this time it's only Willa that survives.
Top damage in the fight goes to Jarvan for T1.
Dane in a 34-minute game. Are you not entertained? As this was a bloodbath from game 1 to game 3. In the end, T1